the first 48 happening right here in Spokane right now. I've heard about how violent this city. I didn't think they were going to look like that. I thought they were going to be hoodlums. Oh, that was an interesting noise from that lady. Some lady's getting finger banged in the corner. Ah! That's what happens. Did you just shake your head? No, that's not how finger banging works. No, it's supposed to make that noise. It's supposed to rubba, not a poka. As you get older, you get better at it. Once you start barbecuing, that's when you really know how to finger bang. When you start treating everything like a brisket. Just... smack! When you're a kid, it's...
What is that, jellyfish?
Sorry, buddy. Guy didn't laugh. Doesn't appreciate my finger banging jokes. I was in Seattle the other day. Some guy did this for finger banging. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Kingfish salmon finger banging, swimming upstream. Sorry, you guys are too old for finger banging. I apologize. You guys are in your 40s, in your late 40s. I don't know, how old are you? How old are you?
62.
And look fantastic. You're definitely not finger banging at 62, though. You're probably using one of those things that you use to pick up stuff. Just grabbing her lips and pushing them together. Get some trash, and I got you by the puss. Oh my God. You're never gonna be able to look at your grandparents pick her up again without fucking giggling. Oh, I know what Grandpa uses that for. The old swimming upstream. See you wearing the hokas? How's that going? Got a lot of cushion on the bottom of your foot. Steve Austin jumping. All right, good talk. Thanks for sitting up front. I thought I'd be your friend. I'll go back to the 62-year-old guy. He's fucking fun. Johnny Hoka over here and his bad hip can't talk to strangers. I'll move over here. I'll talk to a black man in a turtleneck. You don't see that much. I love it. Hello. Jesus Christ, are you a superhero? What the fuck? You're built like a son of a bitch. You pick things up, put them down. Yeah, that guy doesn't do any cardio at all. Just nothing. Got little legs on you? I love it when a guy has great upper body and then tiny little legs on him. I love that. That's good luck. Anyways, thanks for being my friend. It wasn't working over here. I thought I talked to a black guy. He shut it down too. He's like, nope, we don't like you here. Off. Is that your family?
That's right.
Oh, well, I was going to say right now, one of you is adopted. 3 white people and a black guy. Somebody's adopted. Which one's your family? They're adopted? That's his wife. That's not adopted. That's. How'd you meet her? How'd you meet her?
Well, we went to high school together.
You went to high school together? Oh, it's fucking lazy. I'm going to school, I'm going to learn something, and I'm going to get some pussy. I'll be home later. Ma'am, where'd you go to high school with that guy? Where'd you go with turtleneck? Where'd you go to high school with turtleneck?
Ontario.
Ontario? Oh, you're Canadians? Oh my God. Oh, f***ing that lady freaked out. What? There's Canadians here? Everybody else is freaking out. No, we don't have strangers come down here anymore. We shut the borders down. They've been taking our jobs. We f***ing shut it down. They're f***ing us all up. Now we don't like strangers and nobody goes to Disneyland. Oh, good. What are you doing down here? Just walking around. Is anybody else surprised there's a black guy from Canada here? Thank you. One guy is. I was freaked out. What the What's that?
This guy wanted to see you.
This guy wanted to see me, therefore you had to come from Ontario to see. Whoa, hold on. What's going on?
We're now in BC.
We're now in BC, therefore this guy wanted to see you, so we're down here.
I drove out here.
You drove out here. Oh, okay. So down. You drove down. I don't know if you know where Washington State is. It's below Canada. It's not beside Canada. That's Japan. Sorry, you guys are all fucking.
We don't like knowledge. F off. This is America. Keep your fucking knowledge to yourself. Piece of shit.
Oh, that lady's got her coat. We're out of here, Bobby. To the F-150. We've got a road rage to go to. We've got to get to a four-way stop and tell somebody to off. Your turn, my turn. Your turn, my turn. Go! What kind of car do you drive there, Hokey?
BMW wagon.
A BMW wagon. Sounds classy, but then not when you put the wagon on it. Sounds like it's going to be fantastic. All sorts of fucking nice, yeah, and then wagon. Just two fucking bulldogs in the back looking out the window and a kid that's fucking... Are you a real estate guy? I feel like you sell real estate with a wagon. Got a bunch of signs back there. No? What do you do? Shoes? Sell shoes?
Right now I'm doing nothing.
Right now you're doing nothing? Well, none of us are really right now. We're all just kind of sitting here and trying to get through this. But say it was Monday. What do you think you do then? What's that?
Another day off on Monday.
You're going to be off on Monday as well? Okay. Sounds like you don't do shit. Ma'am, how do you support this guy? What do you do? What's that? Manual labor? Oh my God. Oh, and somebody freaked out.
What? There's a woman doing manual labor? It's not manual labor, it's fucking manual labor. Take your vagina and get the fuck out of manual labor. Come on.
You do manual labor, ma'am? What kind of manual labor do you do? Scrubbing? Is that what you said? Scrubbing? Nope, that doesn't sound like manual labor. That sounds like chick stuff to me. Oh my God, one lady got all fired up. Anybody can clean an oven, whatever. So you don't work either? How rich are you guys? How do you pay for this f***ing BMW wagon that looks fancy at the front and not the back? What's that?
Somebody had to die.
Somebody died? Is that what you f***ing said? Oh my God. Oh my God. That is the most f***ing honest response I've ever heard. We had to murder a motherfucker. There used to be another guy f***ing driving a f***ing BMW wagon, but not anymore. It's ours now. These are the hands of murderers. Well, good for you guys. Be careful. They're at your table. You guys are next. I see you got your phone with your wallet on it. She's probably been eyeing it up the whole time. Put it over top. Are they your friends? No? Holy f***. Well, be careful. Remember them in your head, because you're going to have to go to the post office on Monday. Look at them. They won't be doing anything. They don't work. They get a bunch of money from a dead person. That was really funny, ma'am. I like it. Are you even married, or are you guys you're probably married to somebody else? And that's who you murdered. This is in the first 48 happening right here in Spokane right now. I've heard about how violent this city. I didn't think they were going to look like that. I thought they were going to be hoodlums. That guy looks like middle-aged, nice guy. Murdering all over the place. Susie manual labor. I want to kill. I got a bloodlust like you wouldn't believe. I want to flee to fucking wagons. It's going to get blamed on you. Be careful. Run, Black Canadian, run! Oh, my God. Do you guys have kids? Oh, I bet you they're beautiful, too. Half black, half white. Gorgeous, wonderful hair. As soon as the show's over. Yay. Oh, my God, you're so pretty, but talking's not your strong suit. I love that. Baby, it's okay. I've told you that before. You know you're pretty. I'm pretty! Where are you guys going? Where are you guys going for Christmas? Where are you going?
Staying home.
Stay at home. Is there more?
Jamaica.
You're gonna go to Jamaica? It's not f***ing home. After Christmas, 26th. Jamaica bound. Woo. Is that when you're going?
28.
Oh. For how long?
7 days.
You're probably gonna get sunburned down there and probably have to whack off. Don't take your cock out. Black guy, tell him. They got big cocks. And some of you don't think they have big cocks. Look how young he looks, right? He's 78 years old. But his dick's so big it pulls his skin tight. Just. Hey everybody, welcome to Ian Bagg Bought a House, a show about me, Ian Bagg, buying a house on the eastern shore of Virginia, and I am renovating that house. Well, my mother-in-law lives in it. It's a fantastic time that you should get involved in and do yourself. This week on the show, I have my father-in-law, who doesn't live with my mother-in-law, but helps us out with the house all the time, and they get along just fine. Anyways, this week on the show, it's going to be my father-in-law, and we've got some work coming up. We're doing this show now, but actually when it airs, I'm actually already doing the work, and I'm already in Virginia. So we're just going to have a discussion with my friend Chris and Renee, who's left the room because he's got to poop. And we're going to discuss what's going on in the world and what things are exciting and all of that. And make sure that you send in your lovely comments and questions and help us out with the show. I want to thank my friends that do the music on this show. Todd Kearns, who is on tour right now with Slash. And then there's my friend Ray Johnson Band. Those are the two of my friends that do the music, and I appreciate their help every week letting me be me. Chris, what's new with you?
Not much. Just I'm going to, by the time this airs, I'll already have been in Oceanside.
You're going down to Oceanside to do a show?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my goodness. And what position are you on that show?
I am. I'm going to be headlining something.
Yes, Chris. Is this your first headlining gig?
My first official. I've done it before, but this is my first official.
Money.
45 and a little money. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Who are you catching a ride with?
The feature.
Nice.
So he's
You're a real headliner. You're making the feature drive you down.
Well, DUIs do that, you know.
Mm-hmm. If you've learned anything on this show, don't use your car when you've been having some glug-glugs. My goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness. I just want to bring this up right now. Snapchat. You use it or don't use it?
I thought it had died after, I forget which celebrity killed it, but there was a celebrity that killed it.
Snapchat.
Yes. They tried to made fun of a certain celebrity, and like maybe Rihanna or somebody like that. And then she made fun of them, and then everyone stopped using it, I guess. That's what I heard. I don't know.
People still use it kind of though, right?
Yeah.
I try to use it, but I've like posted maybe 4 things. Yeah. I don't know how to use it. I remember every so often like, oh, I should put that on Snapchat because I got to use all social media. That's right. I'm a grown man and I have to think about all these things that I have to do that teenage girls do. It's fucking insane that I have to be a girl to try to get people to come out and see my shows. But I'm going to do it. Yum, 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 yum.
It's one of those ones where it's not intuitive to me. It's not like Instagram where it makes sense. It's not like Facebook where it's like, oh, I get what's happening. None of that. And I don't even know if anyone even sees it.
Well, all of them are very interesting to me. All of them are... Facebook is kind of a news source for people.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting about it to me. And I think they should be a little more clamped down on what is news and what is entertainment. Like you should have to, there should be a sort of button where you push news. And if you hit news, they confirm that it's news. And if you hit entertainment, they confirm that it's entertainment. You know what I mean?
What about the parody sites like The Onion that blur the line?
But that would be entertainment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something. I don't know how they cruise everything. Like I don't know how they peruse like all these the fact that we pump out so much. I don't know how they control it.
Well, they have algorithms and bots, I believe, that sort of kind of do a cursory glance, and then I think that they have a staff after it's been either flagged or looked at, or if other people flag it, then they actually have a staff that'll review it personally.
I think we talked about the one time the picture on Instagram. My friend took a picture with a guy at a thing called Puppetry of the Penis, and he had his hand over top of it, and you couldn't see anything, but apparently if you focused right in, you could see a little bit of nut hanging out the bottom, and they flagged that and took it right off.
Yeah, that would fall under the guideline for nudity, even though technically you said you really couldn't see anything. But
yeah,
I think even just a glimpse,
I lost a follower over it. Some guy put, nope, no more, I'm out. I'm like, oh, you big pansy. I have a neighbor
I don't know if okay. So in California, I have a neighbor that there's these 4 not condos, but they're bungalows.
Yeah.
We've just had a lady move in, and I'm pretty sure she's a hoarder.
You can tell from the outside?
From the outside.
Ooh.
And she's also put up things so you can't see her into her yard. They all have little yards, and she's put up this bamboo stuff so you can't see it. And she's got shit out front of her house all the time. And she's got bikes locked up around on the corner of the thing. Like, it's moved into our areas. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we should just let this happen. What would you do? Would you just let it happen, or would you do what I do and boil?
Is there an intervention line you can call?
I don't know.
There should be.
I don't know if at some point you can call and say, she hung this like, it's like a seat that hangs from a tree.
Yeah.
But she hung it on the outside of her door on a nail. And I'm just like, lady, don't sit in that. It's going to fall to the ground and you're going to bust your ass. I didn't say that, but I was kind of like, don't do that. But at the same time, I'm like, I hope you do that because I want to see you bust your ass. And it's weird because that particular bungalow, every time there's a freak that lives in it. Like every time. First there was the couple that the husband died. Did I ever tell you about that story?
No.
Oh, it was interesting. So one morning I go to do laundry and this lady's just crying in the thing. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Her and her husband are fighting again. And I go by and she goes quiet again. And then I have to go back down. And then I'm like, she's still crying. And then all of a sudden I come out of my garage and there's cops and an ambulance there. And I go, are you okay? And she goes, my husband's dead in there. And I go, oh. I go, is there anything I can do for you? And just as I said that, her family showed up to console her, but she didn't say anything before that. But the interesting part about it was he had always parked in my parking spot. He'd always park in my parking spot, right? And I remember I said to my wife a couple times, I'm gonna kill that guy if he keeps parking in my parking spot, right? And then he died. And I remember I yelled off the balcony a couple days later, let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson to all of you. I have powers. I have powers. Oh my God, my schedule's out of control. So I got to do so much stuff today before I get on the plane. I'm doing one of those things. And I couldn't find parking under $20 a day at the fucking airport, and it's driving me insane. So I have hired a kid to move my car on days. That's what I'm doing. This kid's down the street's going to just move my car.
That's cheaper, probably.
Yeah, it's $20 a day to get him to move it twice a week.
Wow. Yeah, because airport parking is ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I don't even think they're not doing anything with it.
Nothing.
They're not making sure your car is still running.
You know why it's so expensive?
Why?
Because right now they're putting in a train going to the airport, and they've shut down a bunch of the parking lots because they needed the space, and they're doing all the work on it. So half of them are shut down. So they've upped the price like to double. It's $40 a day to park on the parking lot that is owned by LAX. $40 a day to park.
That's more expensive.
Plus tax.
That's more expensive than when you try and go downtown for like a show or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't know why I said that, but I don't know if this is a rant and rave show, but I'm going to rant and rave. But anyways, I'm getting on the plane tonight. Going to get out of here. Going to go do some things on the house, and we're going to talk to my father-in-law, Michael Cason, in a couple seconds here, and you're going to enjoy his point of view. Also, he's very relaxed when he sits and talks to me on things. I don't know if you've ever noticed. He knows how to sit and relax and be cool. Lou's in the house today. Lou, come over and say hi to the people. Maybe at the end. Maybe at the end of the show, he'll say hi to you. Make sure you, if you got any questions or comments, you post them. That is what's going to help this show get popular. Posting things. Likes are okay, but if you post things, it pumps it back up into the feed. So make sure you post things. We're going to go right now to my father-in-law, Michael Cason. And today on the show, it's my father-in-law, Carrie Ann's father, Michael Cason. Welcome, Michael, to the show.
Good afternoon, Ian.
Michael, you are an appraiser. Not only are you Carrie Ann's father, you're an appraiser, and you live on the shore where we have the house, and you help us so much. We call you our East Coast contractor. What does she call you? She calls you the planner extraordinaire, and will tell us what not to do. So thank you for everything you do, and thank you for coming on the show. What do you think? How does our house fit in amongst that area? Is it above what? Are we playing above what we should have gotten? Are we playing below what we should have gotten, or is it about what everything goes for there?
You bought, when you bought, you got a deal, and what you've added to it now, you are above where you were significantly when you first bought the house. So you're right in the level with above average houses now.
Nice. So I'm living finally above average. What would be the thing that you think needs to be done to that house the most?
Upgrading your master bath would probably do you the most good, and maybe adding some ceiling fans to become more eco-friendly.
Nice. Eco-friendly would help the place out with the ceiling fans. And the master bath I've been pushing off because that is going to be a major project. I will be coming out and I'm actually, when this airs, I will already be out there. So let's put it like this. I've already started doing what we're about to talk about now. I'm going to put some insulation in that attic. What do you think of that idea? Because I just seen your eyebrow go up a little bit. Do you think I should hire somebody? Do you think I can do it? Because I think I can do it. Do you think I can do it?
I think we can do it.
Okay. The reason I bring it up is I tried to get somebody to do it and just nobody returned calls. And I was just like, I would like to get that done before the winter comes and the heating bills go up. And I think that's a big piece of why we're losing so much heat.
Well, it's a big heat and cooling loss area right now. Not so much cooling, but it will be later on. And it's not hard to do. I'm sure you've already measured the area which you're going to be working on.
I have not measured the area I have worked on, but somebody I know may have measured the area that I'm working on.
And you know you're going to be working on 24-inch stud widths. So we'll just get bats that are 24 inches wide. Your runs are 16 feet each, and you've got about 16 runs to make. Fairly simple, and just staple them in, and it won't take long. The biggest thing is going to be the heat in the attic.
Right. Which I've been told that there will be a fan up there to keep me cool. But I also that I need to. Do you think I need to wear a mask up there?
Yeah, I think you need to wear a mask and gloves and glasses.
And glasses. Okay.
Most of it, depending on what you're dealing with, sometimes it's spun fiberglass. It's fiberglass fibers. You don't want them in your breathing system. You don't want them in your eyes, and you don't want them in your skin.
Right.
So I wear a long sleeve shirt. A fishing shirt would work. Lightweight, nylon.
Nice.
Something, but that's another subject.
Do you think I can order the insulation, the bats of insulation, right off of Lowe's and have them delivered to the house?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Either that, or we could run up to your favorite hardware store.
I do like OBX. I do love the OBX. I will say that. How much do I order?
It's about 250 linear feet, if you measured right, somewhere along that 16 by 16. You'll be using 6-inch insulation there, R30, and then a little less R4 on the outside wall, if you remember that. That's the south wall.
So I have to order two different types. Oop,
yes.
A little bit echo there. The R4 is thicker, or what?
No, it's the R30 is going to be 6 inches.
Uh-huh.
That's going to go in between your 24-inch joists.
Okay.
And then on the outside wall, as you remember when we were talking about your door, you had a 4-inch wall versus a 6-inch wall. Your outside wall upstairs is a 4-inch wall, so you only need 4-inch insulation. There's no need to push it together. When you push it together, it loses its insulation properties.
Right. So question, downstairs with the door, it's 6 inches, but upstairs
Correct.
it's 4 inches. And the 6-inch door is the thing that I've been dealing with the most difficult. I've been fucking dealing with the most. We've bought 2 doors now and returned 2 doors. And I plan on buying another door while I'm out there. And probably have to order it is what I'm going to have to do. But I will be selecting a door that will go on the front of that house. And I think I'd like to go back and get the one that we discussed before, which we bought and then had to return, but in a proper sizing?
Well, you can do that, or you can take the existing door that you have, just the door itself, the slab, without taking out the frame, and replace the door and leave the frame as it is for the time being. And then if the frame needs to be replaced later, you can replace the frame. What you're trying to do with your project is replace everything at one fell swoop. You're going to take the molding off, take the frame and the door out, put a new frame and a door in, and you need a 6-inch, not a 4-inch. And that's a lot of work because the existing frame works right now. It's not rotten. It's not in bad shape. You could actually just go with a slab if you so desired, by putting a slab in there if you're having a tough time getting a frame door.
Question for you. I did notice that the like if you look at that door, and one of the reasons I want to do it is because if you look at where the screws go in, it's kind of loose.
Yeah, well, that's the hinge. That's the hinge, and it's loose because the screws. And I've looked at it. I put larger screws in while you were gone, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, things are done to my house that I don't even know are done.
The screws have worked loose over the years, so the screws actually can be enlarged or changed out, and it's just a hinge problem. It's not an actual door problem.
It's not an actual door problem.
Yeah.
So now you've put some more stuff into my. What?
It might be something that would be more cost efficient for you to do now, and plan for a larger expense later. Not that I know anything about your finances, but I'm just saying.
I've been saving up for the whole thing, just to let you know, and I've made sure that I have more than I thought I was going to spend on a door right now. So I could do it all, but I also at the same time I'm like, if I just pull back to just the door without the frame, then maybe I have some more money to put someplace else.
That's smart.
So now what you've done is played with my brain again. So that these are the conversations we have, and I'm just like, oh. See, when we were out there in May, I had an unnamed source that was with me, and we did. I had bought something for the shower upstairs. The second shower was having a problem with it's the valve. Is it the valve that it was the problem?
That's what you said. Yes, the valve was not producing enough water pressure for you, and you had previously replaced the shower head on that fixture.
And the problem was that I was having was it would just spin. The thing that you open up the water with would just spin.
Yeah.
And so I could either have a major hot or major cold. I couldn't have a comfortable shower while I was there. So I was told it was going to take 8 hours to replace all that stuff, and it was a major job. Now, since I've been out there, somebody that is wearing a blue shirt and talking to me right now replaced that. Tell us what you did and how hard was it?
Well, I'm not a plumber, so you can't be talking about me.
Okay.
But if I were going to do it, what I would do is I would remove the existing unit, which I think's in my car. The old unit's in my car right now. I had the plumber save it for you. I would remove that, and I did so. It was plumbed in using PEX tubing, which is like flexible PVC tubing. It was plumbed in. So it was simple enough just to snip it on each side. One tube goes to the shower, one to the hot water, one to the cold water. Then you had a copper tube that came down. And you just cut all of those. It comes out. You take a shark bite and plug them right back in. And, well, you turn the water off in between, then turn the water back on, and you put the handle together on the other side, and it magically, water comes out of the shower.
And it comes out different now. It comes out stronger, and it comes out the temperature you want it.
That's what I've been told. I haven't been in it myself.
Oh, you haven't been. But you've seen all this work, and it did have PEX in it. Oh, we're getting calls. I love that.
I'm sorry.
He's very popular. His phone rings all day, and when I'm with him, it just rings the whole time. It's very interesting. I'm like, this guy is running the world. So it did have PEX in it. It was PEX fiber. Is it fiberglass? No, it's kind of a plastic.
No, it was PEX going into the tube was going into the valve itself. The valve comes apart on each side, and what you do is when you put the valve in, and I jerry rigged it a little bit because the old valve is different construction than valves today, new valves. So it was a little bit different thickness. So I got a little spacer and put in between it, and then put the valve back together, and then took shark bites and literally just plugged it back in. It took me a couple hours. It wasn't that difficult. Well, it wasn't an 8-hour job. I replaced the faucet downstairs too, as the other one. So, but some people take longer than others doing different tasks.
Some people, I think, don't want to do something, so they tell you it's going to take a lot longer, even though you're paying them.
Yeah, well,
I'm not complaining about anybody that used to be on the show.
I was just trying to get it ready. So,
he's frozen. I love it.
Comfortable.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I've said to my wife, who is your daughter, since May, we needed to have that done. Please find us a plumber to have that done. She's like, yeah. And then I talked to her this morning, and she said, which was last week, according if you're looking at how this works. She said, "Oh, it's done. Dad did it." I'm like, "Okay, all right." That's how some things work with us. There's this. I talk to you, then you talk to her, and then things are done, and they're done. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I just kind of float through this process of doing it.
I figure I saved you $500 me putting it in.
I appreciate that. I owe you some money and some seafood and an exciting time and maybe some comedy. The big thing I want to do while I'm out there is she bought number plates for the front of the house. And,
yes.
And I think they'll be going into the brick. I've never drilled into brick before. I don't know if you have, but I would like to know if you might be able to help me with that.
It's really simple. We've got some masonry bits. They're easy to do. They're a little flatter than a wood bit, a little thicker, and we'll drill a small hole, put a rubber sleeve in, and screw it. It'll take just a few minutes, not long. Easy.
I like it. Question for you about this house. Would you flip it right now, or would you continue on the way we're doing it? And not that I'm even thinking about flipping it. I'm just curious what people think.
I think you could get more than you sort of when you ask your question. So I'm just guessing you're talking about flipping the house. I think right now the market's still going up a little bit. I wouldn't be in any hurry until you got all of your done. And you're not going to get maximum out of it until you do your bathroom project. Because you've got a mixture of old stuff, new stuff.
Okay, then that makes me ask this question: would you do floors first, or would you do the bathroom first?
Well, you've got this fixation about floors.
I do. I honest to God, yes. When I walk into a place, I look at the floors. I don't know if it's because the house I grew up in had the worst floors ever, and my mom's gonna be mad at me when I said that. She's gonna go, "Well, you can fuck off and not come home anymore." But I honestly think the floors need to be done next, but I'd like to hear what you'd say.
I think that your hardwood you should leave, and I think you could upgrade your kitchen floors and your bathroom floors, and probably upgrade the carpet on the rest of your house. I think you could spend the money to put hardwood throughout as you want to do, but it would cost a lot, and you wouldn't get back dollar for dollar what you're going to put in it.
I might not get back dollar for dollar, but it's going to make me happier. Does that make sense?
There you go. Yes, it does. And if it makes you happy, it's just like everybody else in the world. If you're putting the money into something that's going to make you happy and you're pleased with it, then it's just like buying something that you want. That's what you do.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with what it's going to be worth in 3 years or what it's going to be worth in any period of time. If you're happy with it, then it makes me smile. And if it makes me smile, it makes Carrie smile.
That's good. That's what I want to do. That as long as everybody's smiling. I don't want to go too custom on the floors, though, like a bamboo or something, like a kind of a coffee color. No bamboo on the shore? What kind of wood do you think you should go with?
You need the hardest wood you can get because you got to remember you're in a coastal environment here. I would get the hardest wood. If I'm going to put wood throughout, I would still keep my ceramic tile in my kitchen and baths, but what you might do that would make a very nice upgrade is when you do change the flooring, is put some heat under the ceramic tiling, which would make it very nice and help with your heating bill in the winter. With the heated ceramic tile floors.
Now you made my brain explode again, because I was thinking I want a continuous running floor. Like, I don't want any change except for in the bathrooms. So I was going to run right through the kitchen.
Kitchens where you're going to have moisture and water, like bathrooms and kitchens, you really want a waterproof floor, and wood is not a good waterproof floor unless you put the new engineered laminate floor in, which there's plenty of that around. That works.
But does that give you a resale? Does it affect your resale in either way?
The new engineered floor has become very popular. It's very popular now. And it's reasonably priced. And you can get it from Lowe's, your favorite store.
I love Lowe's. You know who I don't like? Lowe's. Their credit card department drives me insane. Insane. I'm just like, they love to. I bought something. The first thing I bought on Lowe's was I got all the appliances, and you got them for a deal. And if you paid off, then you got them for with no interest on it, right? So I made the payments, and I thought I paid them off months ago. And the other day I got a $1,200 interest charge on my card, and they said, well, you didn't pay this off. I'm like, I've paid the card off, like almost off, like several different times. And they said, well, no, that money goes to the other things. It never goes to that. That's what a scam. It pays everything else, but not the thing you bought first. I'm just like, so I had to pay that off, and then got $1,200 back. So Lowe's, kiss my nuts, even though I love you. Yeah.
That's why I pay cash at Lowe's.
I know you do. He loves to tell me that he's got the cash. You go ahead.
No, I don't. That's why I pay cash at Lowe's.
Go ahead and use your credit bag.
Too bad they won't take my cash sometimes.
Nah. Well, thank you. I am out there right now as we air this, but I will see you tomorrow when I get on the plane tonight. And thank you for everything you do for us. We really appreciate it, and thank you for your knowledge.
You're welcome. Remember, travel safe. Love you. Remember, this weekend is tax-free weekend for any hurricane supplies, generators, anything to do with saving up to prevent damage during hurricanes is tax-free this weekend while you're out here, which will be next week. We're talking about this.
Looks like I'll be buying some hurricane stuff this weekend, because I've been tricked. I don't know who told you to tell me that, but it is going to get it some stuff. So have a great day. I'm looking forward to preparing for a hurricane.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the show. It's always a good time. My buddy Lou here wants to know. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my father-in-law, Michael Cason. And this is Louie. Louie, he's my good old dog. He's a good old dog. And he loves to help me with construction. And sometimes he tells me to put him down. Anyways, he'll be with me in a couple shows at the end of the month. He might come down to Hermosa Beach. Maybe you should drop on by. Can I just do it one more time? Anyways, thank you, Michael, for telling us all about that, and we'll find out how it turns out, my work that I'm doing on the East Coast. Lou's going to be staying home with Jason, and I'm going to meet Minnie Pearl and my wife, Carrie Ann, tonight, even though it's next week, even though it's time. We're time traveling. Make sure that you take care of your pets. Post, comment, tell your friends all about this. Stay gold, my friends, and keep on constructing. Welcome to Ian Bagg Bought a House, a show, podcast, videocast, audiocast, all kinds of cast about me, Ian Bagg, buying a house on the eastern shore of Virginia. And what we've done is we've moved my mother-in-law inside that house, and while she's living in that house, we're changing everything in the house. A lot of people ask me, Ian, is the house livable? The house is livable. The house was built in 2004, and we're just changing everything and making it nice. So I bought it on a short sale, and it was empty for quite a while. Then I moved a renter in for a bit for the first 6 months, and then my mother-in-law moved in. It is actually it's a fine rental house if you want to live in there right now. But I wanted to make it a home, so I'm changing a lot of things and making it better. So far, we've done the kitchen. So far, we've done a lot of the outdoor exterior of the house. I've redone a lot of the front yard, the walkway, blah blah blah, and that's what's going on. So this week, I'm talking to Ian Leith. I probably might be saying his name wrong. We'll find out soon. But Ian is a homeowner. This week, I wanted to talk to a homeowner. I wanted to know things about somebody that owns a home other than me. So we're going to talk to him. But first, we're going to get to my week. We're going to talk to my friend Chris Adams, who is one of the producers here at the show, and just a fine, fine human being. Hello, Christopher.
Hey.
Hey, where's your microphone?
Oh, I just forgot it.
You forgot it? Yeah. He's a fine, fine human that doesn't remember things. My week was fantastic. This is what I did this week. We are going to have a special guest on the show at some point. We will be having Adam Carolla come on the Ian Bagg Bought a House show. I did Adam Carolla show this week, and I asked him, and he's interested, and he's going to do it. So we're going to time it out right. It's going to be fantastic. So in the next month or so, get ready for our biggest guest of all times, Adam Carolla will be on the show. So that's going to be exciting. Put on your pants because Adam's going to be on the show. So if you want to listen to the Adam Carolla show, I talk about this show, go back there, listen to it. I think it was out on Thursday. As I was getting to Lake Chelan, was where I was this week, a lake up in Washington State that is very beautiful. And by the way, Alaska Airlines can kiss my ass. I'm going to say it right now. Chris, I know you're plugging in right now, but listen. I was on a plane from Los Angeles to Seattle, and I go from Seattle to Wenatchee, right? So the plane lands on time, exactly on time. We sat on the tarmac for 55 minutes because they didn't have a gate for us. How do you not have a gate for a plane that lands on time? That doesn't make sense at all. Are you listening to me, Chris? Or are you still plugging in your microphone?
No, I'm listening.
It doesn't make sense if you have some. That means that they didn't have enough gates to begin with. That's what it means, right?
Yeah, correct.
So they just, and I was told that happens a lot there. So they just don't have enough gates for how many planes they have coming in, which means that they have to build more gates or put less flights in. It's a scam. Alaska Airlines, kiss my butt cheeks. Not on the left, not on the right, but right in the middle. Boo-hoo. Oh my God. So that made me, but it was a great weekend up in Lake Chelan. Rotten Apples Comedy Crew up there. The people of Lake Chelan, the people that go vacation up there. Just it reminds me of the Okanagan. It's just down from the Okanagan in British Columbia, and it reminds me of when I was a kid going to the lakes with my family when we were on my way to see my grandparents in Trail, British Columbia. Good story, Ian. How was your week, Chris?
I had a good week. I got to go to the Dodger game on Friday.
Who'd you go with?
My friends, just from my buddy, and his wife, and their parents.
Some of that sounds fun. Parents, were the parents cool?
Yeah, they're fine. I enjoyed them. We ended up. I got a ride back with them. They were a little backseat driver-ish.
Were you driving?
No.
Or were the backseat driverish to
my buddy?
Oh, he was driving.
He was driving, and his wife, and it was her parents. And they were just like...
Slow down.
Yeah. You know how older people from the South are?
Oh, so there was like, slow down. Remember, Jesus likes white people.
Yeah.
They're
from Virginia.
Oh, they're from Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, no. My father-in-law does not slow down. He goes fast and texts while drives. Fucking drives me insane. I have to backseat to him. We can respond to that Facebook post when we get there.
Yeah.
That's whereabouts in Virginia they're from?
They're from the more racist one. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I wonder where that would be.
I think it's the west one, isn't it?
Oh, they're from West Virginia?
I believe so.
Oh,
yeah.
so they're coal people.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they don't care about the environment.
No.
Dig that hole, lose a couple people every so often.
But I had a good time hanging out with them, watching the game, and
to be honest with you, you get to a certain age where people that are parents, they suddenly become your friends.
Yeah.
And you're hanging with all sorts of people that are different ages, and it just kind of it falls over. I laugh though because I listen to a podcast called Spit and Chicklets that I really like, and it is offside. But my mom uses some of the words from the from the show that they use. Like my mom used chirp a lot and stuff like that. So my mom is obviously hanging out with people that are younger than her, which makes me nervous. My mom is taking her scooter out and meeting people.
One of the electric ones.
Yeah.
Do they have those in Canada?
Well, not where I grew up, but I'm sure they do in Vancouver. Vancouver is just getting Uber.
What?
Yes. Their taxi commission was so strong they weren't able to get Uber for quite a while. They kept them out, but they're just getting Uber. So I can't wait to go back to Vancouver to just use Uber because, wow, that's going to be so easy to get around. This week I'm in Ontario. So tonight I get on a plane and I go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I do a show out there for the people of Sheetz. Sheetz is a convenience store, and it's actually the best convenience stores I've ever been in. It should be all over, but it is in the Pennsylvania area. I think they have 200 of them or some 250 of these stores. And I'm doing a show for some of the bigwigs, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're ever out in the Pennsylvania area, go to Sheetz. It's good food. They make the food fresh. They make food like, you know how you go into a 7-Eleven, and it's been there for years.
Years, yeah.
Well, there at Sheetz, they make the sandwich. Like you order the sandwich, and then they make it like you do it. It's bizarre,
What?
yeah. And they have gas stations. It's good.
I've only seen a few when I go on like road trips. Some of the convenience stores are actually decent.
Yeah.
Is it like that where?
No, it's really good. Like
it's even better.
really good. Like it's high end, and it's family owned. And they take really good care of the people that make the money, otherwise known as their employees. Wow. They pay well. They have parties for the people. The first time I worked for them, I did as the year I got Pearl and the year I broke my ankle. They did it for every 5 years that you work at this company, they throw a big party for you. And they spent like money on they ate for free for 3 days. They drank for 3 days. They had bands. They could do like mountain biking. They could do all these different things at this resort that they put them up at. And then they had like it seemed like they had $1 million worth of fireworks for these people every night, saying thank you. And they, as far as I know, they have very good health care, which I think is the most important thing for a company.
It's when you find a company that treats you well. The employees, ironically, everything is done better. I don't know why.
That's what blows my mind when a company treats their employees like their employees, or they're giving. Oh, you're lucky we give you a job. That is where the companies are run like shit.
Yes.
Their product is subpar. And that's what we talk about on this show. Is if you hire somebody, you hire them great, treat them well. They will make your house even better. So yeah, it's all good. I'm actually headed out to the house next week. No, not next week. Yeah, I don't even know what week it is. So this isn't live. This is being taped on Monday. So next Tuesday I'll come in and do 2 shows, and then that night I'll get on a plane. So I'm going out. I think it's August 30th, and I'll be there for a week and a half. And looking forward to it. I will be doing some insulation on the house. What else will I be doing? I'll be doing a couple other things. Getting the new number plates put on the address on the house. Looking forward to it. And while we're there, I think they're starting to paint the house, so that should be exciting. This week, how long have we been on? Should I move on? Tell me how long. How many minutes? 9 minutes. I'll do a couple more. Talk about my life. I actually stayed this week in a Airbnb, and it just made me so curious. If you live in a place where people visit, I would probably buy doesn't have to be a duplex, but something that you could rent out and live in at the same time, so it pays your bills. We were staying in this house, and it made me laugh because I was like, they must have kids. They didn't have kids, but one of the rooms they'd done into a superhero theme, and they had the red Power Ranger stuff all over the place. And my buddy is actually Jason Font is actually the red Power Ranger. And I'm like, dude, I think I'm staying in your room because your outfit is on the wall. And it made me a little weird because it was a full grown man outfit. Right, and it looks like a kid's room. I'm like, I'm either staying in a kid's room or somebody's sex room, because it's when it's a full size Power Ranger, like they're dressing up and doing weird shit in here. Anyways, but you should. I think. Let me know. Just send me a message and say, or not a message. Just put it right on this message thing. I don't even know what it is. Is it a text? What is it?
What are you talking about?
When I tell people to contact me, put it on Facebook. What is that? Is
like a comment or a message?
Yeah, comment. I guess it's a comment. So comment on it what you think about Airbnb and would you do it? Should you do it? Let me know what you think about that. Also comment who you want to see on this show. Also comment if you think you should be on this show. Also comment, tell me things, send pictures of houses you see that you think you'd like to buy. Send me things that you see in the world. Tell people all about this show. I know we have some Adam Carolla people now listening to the show, and I'm very happy to have them on the show. I'm looking forward to having you, a homeowner. This is going to be my first homeowner today. I'm going to have more homeowners on the show. I need to know about the struggles you go through. So, with that being said, today's guest is joining us live right now. Welcome to the show, Ian and Jamie Leaf, homeowners extravaganza from the Chicago area. Berwyn, I think, is the town you're in. Correct. How long have you guys been homeowners?
So we bought in 2011. So it's been 8 years this month, actually.
Is this your first house that you've ever bought?
Yes.
Okay. And now, were you guys planning on buying a house, or was it something that just jumped up at you and you guys are like?
We always had owning a home in mind, but we lived in LA for 6 years.
Right.
And buying a house out there seemed almost unattainable. And we grew up in the Midwest, so adjusting from the Midwest to LA, prices for homes were like, no way. So we came back to Chicago in 2008.
Yeah.
And lived in apartments a couple of years, and then all the while, knowing that home ownership was the goal. That's what you're supposed to do as you grow up. So,
right. And it was possible for you once you moved back to the Chicago area. You're like, oh, we can get everything here now, right? Just because of prices. Yeah. Question for you: did you buy the house or did you buy the neighborhood?
A little of both.
Yeah, that's a tough question. We knew that we wanted to buy in Berwyn. When we moved back to Chicago area, we lived in a couple of the surrounding suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Just really liked the community here. And we originally were looking like in the South Berwyn, and then we were at a place where literally ready to give up. We probably looked at 30 houses, couldn't find anything we really liked, and then this house showed up the day we were about ready to give up.
I'd say we definitely
so we really
limited our search to a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
We knew where we wanted to live, and then it was just a matter. Actually, where we live is notorious for having really good quality homes. After the fire, Chicago had so many strict building codes established. Right. So a nice, strong brick bungalow that doesn't need too much work on the bones of it. Everything's kind of internal, old wiring, old this and that.
Yeah.
Right. That's great that you're able to look in the neighborhood you wanted and to have those things go down. How old is the home that you own that you ended up buying?
It was built in 25.
Oh.
So about 90, almost 100 years old.
So it's definitely got some interesting things that you never want to get rid of, and also some interesting things where you're like, well, I'm pretty sure that's Al Capone's finger.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nothing's ever simple. We were doing home maintenance. It's like things are wonky. Walls aren't straight. You need so much needs to be retrofitted. So
are you guys doing something right now on the house? Do you have a project that you're on? What are you
always doing something on this house? Yeah.
Always. What are you doing right now?
We're reflooring the basement floor, bathroom. We have a mother-in-law suite downstairs that we converted to a sort of a bar area, and there's a bathroom there. So we're doing a little bit of bathroom work, some floors, some trim and quarter round baseboarding, and there's always another project around the corner.
Okay, so
it's too hot to do anything outside right now.
Yeah, right. So do it inside. There's air conditioning. What are you doing to the floors exactly? Are you putting down a laminate, or are you?
We're putting down tile, but that means making sure everything's straight. So we have to put down some floor leveler, which means having to get messy and dirty, and then picking up old tile, and we had to replace a bit of floor under the toilet because it had rotted a little bit. So. One job always turns into 5 jobs. You pull up the tile and realize you got to scrape away the old tile and then put new floor, and then that's not level, so then you got to level that, and then you got to caulk around here. And
is it as easy as the internet says with the floor leveler? Or do you just pour it down and it just levels itself, or is it
No, it takes some smoothing out. I want it to be like milk or like honey, just let it all sit, but it's not like poly.
Right.
It's more like joint compound or something where you have to. It's chunky, so you gotta. As it dries, it gets chunkier, so you gotta smooth it out quickly. Almost like concrete, I guess. When you see those guys out trowel.
Well, according to the internet, what I've seen is just you just pour it down there and life just gets better.
Maybe we're using the wrong stuff or doing it wrong.
Maybe. What's your background? Are you in construction or like what makes you
Absolutely.
think that you? What's that?
Absolutely not. Her family is all a bunch of very good
Do-it-yourself.
people. I have a brother that's really good at it, but I didn't grow up learning it and doing it. I'm a musician,
Right.
and I never wanted to get my hands dirty. But when you buy a house, you kind of have no choice.
If you don't, you're obviously a complete millionaire, a billionaire, right? If you're not, so you're able to phone your brother or her family and say, "I'm going to do this. Any advice?" And they'll give you advice, no problem.
Between that and YouTube videos,
Sometimes. So we grew up in houses that were built in the 1950s. I mean, this house is kind of a. When my dad comes out to help, he's like, I have no idea with some of the things in our house. You know, even just putting up a chandelier. He was like, this is not meant for your house. Like, I'm missing a piece to make this work. We have to go to some random hardware store where they have just rows and rows of like bulk.
I've been told that before. If you buy an older house, when you do things, there will be certain things that are missing, it'll be it won't match up at all because technology has changed and like some things won't be grounded even. So
well, they used to have no standards for things, and then they created a standard, but then all that old stuff is just sort of
still in the house. Yeah. You guys did your cabinets. We were just talking about it before we started. I was like, I like your cabinets, and you said you guys did those. Was that one of the first projects you did?
Well, actually, we didn't put the cabinets in. We just painted what was already there. It was like some old 70s.
I love it.
Which isn't easy to do. Paint cabinets.
It is a process. I mean, when you do it right, it's a process. It takes forever. You know, you gotta put down deglosser, and then you gotta sand, and then you gotta prime, and then you gotta sand, and then you gotta prime, and then you gotta put the paint on, and then you gotta get the special paint, and then you gotta sand again. And I mean, I was like near tears towards the end.
I love that you guys actually did it because I paid for mine to be done. So the fact that you guys, my wife would if we had lived out there would have done it, but because we don't live out there, we had somebody do it. And much respect because we did read a lot about it. We watched lots of YouTube videos, and a lot of people, when you try to hire them, just won't do it. They're like, nope, we're not getting involved. So how long did it take you guys to do it? Do you think a couple weeks?
Yeah, it probably took about 2 weeks.
Is there anything that you would have done different now that you look at it?
Maybe not started to do it in the winter because when we pulled up the floors that were in here, we had hardwood floors, maple floors, but it was the middle of winter, and to refinish those was not going to happen. So we just put down some different flooring, knowing that in the future we're going to have to pull these up and do it right. But we probably did not start at the best time of the year. I would say our biggest mistake in home ownership was we refinished our hardwood floors ourselves. And, people said, oh, you can't do that. And anytime somebody says that to me, it becomes a game. Like, oh, yeah, I can really do this, right? So we got a quote for somebody to sand. They were like, oh, $800. Now, if that happened today, I would just write them that check. Like, absolutely come do this, right? No, I decided we were going to sand it ourselves. It was a nightmare. I mean,
it was the first task we took on after we bought the house, and it almost ended our marriage. I had to go on a 2-year cruise.
Had to leave.
Skilled. I mean, you can watch YouTube videos, but let me tell you, that is a skill to know how to use one of those machines. So, like, I would never do that again. Yeah.
When you watch the YouTube videos, there should be a link right to marriage therapy or relationship therapy, right? That goes right to it, because what they don't tell you is if you're in a couple with those things, you're gonna have an idea, and your wife is gonna have an idea, and most of the time, I'd say 97% of the time, your wife's idea is the way it's going.
I would say that's pretty accurate.
That's lowballing.
That's lowballing, exactly. Is there anything that you've wanted to do to the house where you've been shot down, Ian?
Not so much. Sometimes maybe in amount of things to display. I tend to think that more is better sometimes, like cluttering up, like a teenage boy's bedroom is just covered in posters. I want to throw some things. I trust her decorating skills, though. Once I started seeing, especially the kitchen, like she really ties it all together. I learned things called flow. And but we have no kids, so we have the whole house is ours, so I'm able to section off a part of it just for me.
You got a little area, did you?
Yeah.
What area is that? Do you have a bedroom or something that you were allowed to put stuff in or something?
I got a little pad, a little mattress pad. I can sleep on.
You're the envy different. So the basement had an apartment in it when we moved in, and paying like extra $2,000 in taxes every year because we have this basement that we had no intention of renting. So it has its own kitchen, bedroom, living room, bathroom. So that's his.
I'm gonna back you up on that because I just got at the beginning of this. I talked about if you buy a house, I think it's a great idea to have an Airbnb in it. But you're saying there's $2,000 extra in taxes if you have an extra like what would you say, mother-in-law suite
Extra
in the house?
domicile, it'd be considered, I'm guessing. And we're in a neighborhood it's not a rental area. It's just a house that got grandfathered in. We actually didn't consider this house at first when we saw it on the listing because it said it was a 2-unit, and we weren't interested in becoming like landlords or anything.
Right.
So we didn't pay attention to it. Then our realtor said, no, really, you should check this house out. And we saw, it's just a basement that's been converted. And I think it's been an apartment since like the 30s or 40s.
Right.
And so they passed an ordinance sometime in the 90s that said no more apartments, but this one was grandfathered in. So we loved that it was an extra space in the basement, an extra bathroom, living space and everything. But like Jamie said, the taxes meant, just we had to deconvert it.
Are the taxes are there no matter what, even if you aren't renting it out, you have to pay the taxes on that.
You're just in a different tax bracket. Yeah, and so in order to
we had to pay twice for garbage, twice for the other things. We combined the power.
Yeah. We had a fuse box when we moved in. That was just the apartment, and then the other box was for the rest of the house, which I think was only like 80 amp service. So when we moved in, we knew we were never going to rent it, so we just had those combined into one.
This is great things for people to know. Like I would, as I yip yap before the show started, I'm talking about, I think it's great. You pay everything off, and not knowing that you're going to have to pay extra taxes, extra garbage, extra what, and you're going to have all that stuff in there. So you really, if you're going to do that, you have to do it right. And you guys are like, we don't want any strange dudes living in the basement. This is bullshit. Right. Where am I going to put my bobbleheads? I need a place for my bobbleheads. So you went that way. I love it. So I love that you came on the show and you just kicked my idea right in the nuts. I love that.
You were going to Airbnb it? Your place?
Well, not my place, but I said because I stayed in an Airbnb this weekend, and the people that owned it lived downstairs, and then they Airbnb'd upstairs, and I was just like, what a great idea! You're paying your mortgage. That's all I could think.
Yeah, it's location too. I don't feel like for our location, we're probably a mile from the L. Like it's not really a
just doesn't work out. Yeah.
For Airbnb, but like I think if you got the location for it, yeah, you could bank.
And everybody's situation is different. We have a friend who Airbnbs. She's constantly out of town, so it's a good way to have someone more reference of people who can like house sit for you and get paid for it.
That's true, but I didn't look at any of the downside. So thank you for coming in and saying, maybe you shouldn't just say everything is lollipops and gumdrops, Ian Bagg. You're just an idiot and you should shut up. So I love that. What's the biggest surprise you've run into owning a house? Like what is the biggest surprise you've run into bad side? What is the biggest surprise you've run into good side owning a house? Because you went from renting to owning a house.
Right. I think the worst surprise was the first year we were here. Within the first couple months, the oven went out, the AC went out. When we turned on the furnace, everything.
It seems to come in waves.
The first year, yeah.
Right.
That was panic because we spent a lot of money when we moved in because we bought this house as is, which meant there was a laundry list of things that had to be fixed and up to code within 90 days, and that was about $8 to $10 grand worth of stuff. And so when all this other stuff started going out, then it was like, oh my gosh, we were like depleting our savings. Right. But, it evened out after that first year.
I'd also say dealing with local municipalities and the permit situations. Yeah. You don't realize that almost everything, and it varies, I'm sure, between cities, but Chicago is very notorious for having regulations on everything. Right. So
what are you cutting your lawn? You're going to need a permit. What are you going to need? You're going to need a permit.
You need a permit to change a light bulb in this town.
Right.
So.
That's good for people to know that financially. I think I've heard it referred to as house poor. Is that what they call it when you buy a house? Yeah. You're house poor at the beginning, and then you try to slowly get your way back. But I notice the thing. Very few places that are for sale are gonna be okay. Like there's a reason they're moving out for the most part. So you're gonna run into the stove not being or those kind of things. On our place we're running into the air conditioner had to be redone and blah 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 blah, all those kind of things. It's just I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fucking fuck?
Right.
Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be like that, but that's how I was feeling. Did you get along with your realtor?
Yeah, she was awesome.
How did you find that realtor?
Through a friend who had also bought in this area. And he actually referred us to a woman whose, this was really sad, her mom was passing away, so she wasn't able to help us out, so she referred us to the person that we ended up with. So, yeah, we had a really good experience with our realtor.
Is it realtor?
Realtor, realty. I think what company she worked for, just out of curiosity. Did she wear a gold coat?
What was she?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna.
One of the big ones.
One of the big ones?
I know that it's like, they're all...
Well, it does. I like to hear what company they work for, because some people say the big ones don't care, and you go with a smaller company because you get more of them personal, and instead of just dumping you on everything. So, what is the big thing that you got coming up? What's your next big thing after your basement? What would you like to do?
Well, so we have a craft room right now, and so we actually want to make it kind of half craft, half library. So we're going to do a full wall of built-in shelves. So we're kind of psyched about that. Over the years, you just build your tools, so we kind of had to wait till we had
Now I got a proper saw. Now I got proper squares. Now I have all the things.
I love that. That's what's going on at my house right now. Is I'm building up my tool kit. So, is there anything that you'd like to put on technology-wise onto the house? Would you like to do solar? Would it change to gas from oil? I don't even know what kind of heating you have there, but those kind of
solar
things.
Would be great. If that could be an affordable conversion, we'd be all for it. Because,
have you looked into it at all? Have you been have you guys researched it at all?
Really. We're just trying to keep up with what's going on now. Like next might be having to have like a thermostat you can control with your phone or something, or
the guy said
what we done too. So
what's
our AC is on its last leg, and so we had a couple people come out and give us quotes this year. I'm just kind of talking back to your AC situation. And
we have what's called a space pack, which I don't know. I'd never heard of it until we moved here. It's basically a unit they put in the attic. Because homes are so old, everything had to be retrofitted with stuff, and they don't have the space in the walls like new homes do for venting. So they basically put a unit in the attic that then sends hoses to different parts of the house. They drill holes through the ceiling, so that we have AC in the attic and in the main floor, but not in the basement. Because of that, we have heat in the basement and the main floor, but not the attic.
Are you guys going to be putting AC into the basement? Because I would think that would be necessary in Chicago.
We have a window unit that does pretty good in the basement. And it being underground, mostly underground, it stays relatively cool.
Almost like a potato cellar, or
yeah. And really, Chicago's only hot 10, 15 days out of the summer, like unbearably hot like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been this past week. It's been pretty horrible, but for the most part, it's a comfortable level.
So our when they came out to give us quotes, they ranged from 7,200 to like 13,000. So we're kind of in this place where we're like, we're going to need another quote to kind of figure out
for something that lasts 10 years.
Right.
They don't last long at all anymore. That's crazy that it was a $7,000 difference.
Yeah.
And you don't know whether you go with the cheap one or the high-end one. You really don't.
Are you getting what you paid for?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's down the road. We were like, we're just gonna run this thing into the ground. So we're gonna let it get through the summer and then just kind of revisit everything next summer. I think because it's gonna be such a.
Have you guys done that with many things? Do you run it into the ground? Because I feel it's best to run things into the ground.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Get all you can out of it.
Especially since these things we bought a water heater when we moved in 8 years ago. It just went out this summer. We're like, it's been 8 years. Like the one we replaced had to be 30 years old. You know what I mean? Like why are things lasting like they used to? Like that's insane.
Yeah. And that was a issue. The plumber told me it was something to do with the reader or something, that it was like a really expensive part that you might as well just get a new water heater for.
$600 or
So technology is kind of hindering things sometimes.
Right. Sometimes it does. It does hold you back, the technology. Did you guys go with the tank again, or did you go tankless?
No, we did
Tank.
the tank again. Yeah.
Would you ever go tankless?
I didn't even really look into it, to be honest.
don't even know what that
Just because we were in shock and needed it to be fixed, pronto.
Right there is where my interview is going to take a stop, and we're going to talk about this. That is the biggest thing. When something happens, you basically have been in a car accident. You're like, I don't know if I should get off the road or if I should stay here or what I got to do. And that is the worst part of it. You are in shock. And sometimes people don't talk you down, and you just go with whatever. You're like, okay, we got to do it. We got to do it. So
We need hot water, the dryer and the hot water heater went out within a week of each other. So it was,
You think it's tied, they're both connected to the house, to the gas, right? I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on? It's got to be something going on. Some sort of devil is living in our house that's doing this.
And then the washing machine went out last week, but this guy fixed it. So, we're getting to the point where it's like, we're really taking some
chances we wouldn't have done 10 years ago.
Right.
I love it. I love that you guys are saying what I've always thought. As you buy a house, you become more efficient in knowledge. But you don't at the same time. Things will break down and terrify you that really shouldn't terrify you. And I love that you guys came on and told us all about your house. I love that you guys found what you wanted. I love that you guys said to me, no, it's going to cost you extra to have an extra bedroom down there with a hot plate. You got to change things around. So think about things. Thank you so much, Ian and Jamie. Thank you for dropping by the show, and thank you for listening. By the way, how do you guys know of me?
Actually, I know you through Matt Hummel.
I love
Remember Matt Hummel used to host a Springbok comedy in LA? I was the musical entertainment while you played. I think you performed there a couple times.
Yeah.
One at least. And then just through that, and I think we had mutual friends, and
I love it. Springbok.
I pay the famous Ians, kind of.
We're all actually a group. We all have to stick together because everybody screws up our name. Is Ian there? No, Mr. Ziering isn't here.
He's the one.
He's the only one.
He's the only one that ruined it for everybody.
That's right.
Most famous one is the douches.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I always go, my name's Ian, I-A-N, and they'll just go, E-I-A-N? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. People lose their shit. Well, have a good day. Stay cool. I know it's hot out there. Keep on fixing your fixing. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for being on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian and Jamie Leith.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ian and Jamie Leith, and they gave us a lot to go. I'm going out to the house this week to do some things to it. I'm actually doing, I'm going to be putting some insulation in one room. If anybody would like to tell me how I measure for how much insulation I need, and I'm talking about the pink stuff that looks like cotton candy, for a room. I don't know what I do to measure that out. So I need someone to help me. And I'm pretty sure it'll be my father-in-law that'll yell at me, Ian, you're a dick. This is what you need. I can't believe I let you marry my daughter. So let me know. I'm also thinking about getting a haircut this week, but I'm kind of enjoying this hair. I do need to get some color in it. I don't like this gray. It makes me feel old. Got to shave. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you come out and see my show if you're in the Ontario, California area, Los Angeles area, Orange County area. Come out and see me at the Ontario Improv. Virginia Beach, I will be seeing you on August 8th. I'm also going to be down in San Diego on August 21st. Don't know the place of it. I might be in Missouri at the end of August. We'll find out very, very soon. I appreciate you guys for listening to the show. Tell your friends, rate it, review it, love it, and send me a message. Send me a comment and share. Facebook is the best. We do all everything else, but we do it mostly on Facebook. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. And by the way, Todd Kearns, and also before the show started, that was my friend Ray Johnston. Ray Johnston Band, Todd Kearns. Oh, September 17th, Terrace, British Columbia. Make sure you buy your tickets for my fundraiser. Boom, boom. Good night. Hey guys, it's Ian Bagg, and here's some clips from a recent show.
You know, I fucking live in Long Beach because I love crime. Yes. If you want to live in a town where you can play a game every night called Will My Car Be There Tomorrow? Long Beach is your city of choice, my friends. Oh my God. They stole my driver's side window one night. That's how they did it. That's how fucking talented they are right there. Stole my driver's side. Didn't even know. Thought I forgot to roll up my window. Drove away. Half an hour doing this, I realized something was wrong. Look down there, no window. Why, Jesus, why? You can't call anybody. You can't call the cops. My window's been stolen. I'll tell you, we'll replace it, you big pansy. We've got murder to deal with. Fucking deal with that yourself.
Shh. Hey guys and girls, for more Ian Bagg information, go to ianbagg.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Ian Bagg Bought a House, a show, a podcast, a video cast about me, Ian Bagg, buying a house on the eastern shore of Virginia. And while my mother-in-law lives in it, we redo the whole house. That's right, she gets to live in it and we turn it into a family vacation home. And every week I talk to a new friend who works in the industry of construction, whether it be something from plumbing all the way up to today's guest, who is a consultant, and he also does he does architectural design, and they also have a cabinet company. Jim Monjoy from Monjoy Designs is going to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun, but first I'm going to tell you all about my week, because what a week it was. Oh my goodness, my friends. I was out in Nyack, New York for 4 days. It was so much fun. I had the best time ever. Listen to this. Renee's here. Chris is I forgot to do this. Chris is at jury duty, so Renee brought his butthole into the room.
Hello. My butthole says hi.
Renee's butthole says hi very often during the day. I was out there in Nyack, and they put me in a hotel called the Time Hotel, and it faced a cemetery. I was like staying in a hotel that was facing a cemetery, and I was like, during the day, I was like, this is bullshit. I don't want to be looking at a cemetery. And then it started to rain. It was pouring. And just before I went to the show, they had a flood warning on TV, a flood warning until 8:30 p.m. when the show was at 8. So I'm like, oh, this place should be packed. It actually turned out to have a pretty good crowd. But when I came back from the show, Renee, listen to this. My hotel that looks onto a cemetery that is on a hill, the cemetery is on a hill, and it's pouring out rain. Guesses what is on TV? Walking Dead. And I'm like, no fucking way am I staying in this room. So I go down to the front and I said to the lady, is there any chance I can switch rooms? And she goes, well, what's wrong with yours? And I said, well, it faces a cemetery. That's what not is a vacation. That is too much. I don't want to look there. And she goes, well, we don't have any rooms tonight, so you'll have to face the cemetery. So I closed the curtains as tight as I could so the people from The Walking Dead couldn't get me.
So question.
Yes?
2 weeks ago, you experienced an earthquake while you were on stage, and now you're experiencing floods?
Yes. Good point. Maybe I shouldn't mock Jesus as much as I do. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I shouldn't do those Jesus jokes. Maybe I'm the one that's ending the world, not the guy that is not people that are fracking all over the place or burning diesel fuel at a gallon a second. Yeah, it's me mocking Jesus. I'm the one that's taking the earth down. Shut up, Renee. I'm doing Adam Carolla tomorrow. I'm going to be on Adam Carolla tomorrow. I don't know when it comes out, but I'm going to ask him to be a guest. What do you think?
I think that'd be great.
I think we should have him on because he is a contractor extraordinaire and he has a lot of people that listen to his show, and that could help us out.
We should ask for a tour of his house.
Ask for a tour of his house? Can we come to your house, Adam? I don't know if that'll happen. I'm looking forward to it because this week he's doing the advertising, so it might not come out until later this week, but it's a promotion for Ontario, California, which is next week. So this week I have Lake Chelan. On Monday, I go to Harrisburg for one night, and then I come back and I go to Ontario, California for 4 nights. I come back on that Tuesday, I do the podcast, I get on a plane, and then guess who's in Virginia Beach for a week and a half? That's right, me. And I will be doing some things while I'm there. So if anybody can answer these questions, I am going to do the addict. I'm going to insulate the addict. Tell me, if you're listening to the show, what kind of insulation I should be using. If anybody's listening to that show, I'm using the insulation, and I'm going to use the fiberglass insulation. So if there's a number or something or some sort of type that I should be specifically using, and I will of course, I want to put the best stuff in. So if you can let me know what kind of thing that is. I'm also needing to, I'm replacing the upstairs bathroom faucet in the shower. Somebody has told me that that is a very difficult job. I don't like. It's not the faucet. It's the thing. The handle's stripped, so it just spins. You can't get any sort of temperature. You'll have to use whatever temperature there's on. So I need to replace that. So if anybody knows about that, I need to know if I need to hire somebody or if a dummy like me might be able to do that. So what else am I going to do out there?
Sarah Newberger said it's an attic, not addict.
What?
She said it's an attic, not an addict.
Oh. So we do have somebody watching the show, and that is Sarah Newberger. She is sitting on top of her throne, yelling at people, fucking here comes winter. It's an attic, not an attic. It's an attic.
And Sarah Newberger also said, yay, Renee's back. Finally, some professionalism.
Oh, Chris got taken down on that. Chris got taken that on that. And I forgot to say, send your questions now. Talk to Renee. Renee is watching the monitors. He will also keep the questions that you have for Jimmy. If they're not important, if they're just questions, we will come back to them after we let him go. But we will be going to Jimmy in a couple seconds. So if you have questions for design, cabinets, whatever you got, please send them via the internet. And if you're not watching this live, you can still ask these questions because I'm sure Jim will check in every so often. And I put his name in the post. So Jim Montjoy, he will answer your questions. You can go to him if you need some work done. You're in the Florida area, hire him to do it. It's going to be fantastic, my friends.
So we have Jim on hold. I wonder what he's doing. He's making a lot of noise.
He's pushing his pencil, going, "Why did I fucking agree to do this?" That's what he's doing. We'll get him going. How much time have we done so far? I don't want to keep him waiting too long. I got a couple more things that I need to talk about. So I put up a photo on Instagram the other day of Lindley and Jason have a newborn child, and they put this. I was at a party, and everybody thinks it's funny that I hold a baby because I'm so uncomfortable with babies. So they put this baby in my hands. I'm holding a baby like this. I'm like, fucking get this baby away from me. And then my wife comes over and we take a picture, and then I see it on my friend Randy Ann's Instagram, and it's me holding this baby looking very uncomfortable, and my wife. So I took that photo from her Facebook and I put it on Instagram, thanking God for his blessing for both of us that we were able to give that baby back to its rightful owners. And I've never had so many likes or so many people go, "I thought you had a kid. I thought you had a kid. I thought you had a kid." And by the way, not one person said, "You should be a father." Like almost everybody was like, "Holy shit. I thought you knocked up that hottie you're with."
Or nobody said congratulations.
Nobody
asked where to send the gifts.
Everybody was terrified for that kid. Not one person was happy for me or that child or my wife. Everybody's just like, "You should never be in charge of anybody." And it's great. My mom didn't even fall for it. My mom's just like, "Yeah. You didn't give us a grandkid 2 years ago. You didn't give us a grandkid 5 years ago. It's not going to happen now. You're a dick. You and your sister have let you and your father and I down." So let's get to Jimmy. He's got a child. He lives in Tampa, Florida. He's got a great business. Please welcome to the show, everybody, Jim Montjoy from Montjoy Design. Hello, Jimothy. I like it. Thanks for being up so early. So tell us, Jim, how did you start this business that you have?
Well, it's a trick question. I started at 5. My dad was an architectural designer, so I got to pull the dummy end of a tape measure for 12 years. So I had to walk through bushes and hedges, get close to the house so I could hold the dummy in while he takes the measurements. So then he started teaching me drafting, and then I studied architecture at Florida A&M University, and then that's how I got into the business. I worked in the corporate America for 13 years, and then after that, my father had a design and drafting business, and then after he passed away, I took over the business, and so I've been running my own design and drafting service since '93.
Nice. Well, congratulations. That is more than I thought was going to happen there. I thought you're going to, I just stumbled into it. But instead of stumbling it, you were born into the business, and holding the dumbing end is nowhere, nothing to be laughed at. And it's also where I'm still at life. So congratulations on that. How long have you owned the business on your own?
Since 1993, so we're pushing a bunch of years here.
Yeah, you're older than I thought you were. I thought you were just a young man. Turns out you're do you have other people in your family, are they part of the business?
Yes, my brother is a part of the business. He helps with the cabinet design, and also he's doing solar collectors. He's selling solar power collectors on your roof, so that you are able to save electricity. Save the energy from the solar collectors on your electric bill.
Oh, nice.
So he does that also. Yeah.
We might have to have him on the show, because a lot of people are interested in solar that listen to the show. I'm one that's interested in solar. Do you own a house yourself?
Actually, I don't, because I haven't found the right lot yet. So one of these days I'll be able to find a piece of property that I designed the house that I want to have. But I've designed a couple of hundred houses for people who love the lot and love their design, and they have their new home. So I'm still working on that end goal one day.
What kind of lot are you looking for?
I would like to have something in the city. So I like to have a 50 wide by 150 deep, so that I have a nice house, a pool, and a man cave in the backyard with an outdoor barbecue grill, and so we just hang out and enjoy this beautiful Florida weather.
I like what you do out there. That is awesome. I'll be coming over for that. I've been to barbecue many times with Jimmy. We love to go for barbecue. When you're designing the houses, what's the first three things that most people want in a house?
Well, it depends. Some people focus on the exterior of the house. Some people focus on, bedroom separation where the kids are on one side.
We seem to be losing.
Let's call him back. It looks like we're losing him.
We're gonna call you right back, Jimmy, because we seem to have lost you. Yep, there we've lost him. Reconnecting. There's a poor. Talking to everybody. Just to let everybody know, when you're doing the In-Bag show, you should go via the. You know what we might have to do, Renee? We might have to call them as soon as we're not leave them on hold. I think that's what's happening. I think that's what we're struggling. When we leave them on hold for when we start off, we might have to call them. Sorry, Jimmy, we lost you there. We're discussing our technical difficulties out here, so we'll have to change that.
Okay.
So we got it to the top three things that people want on a house. First one you said was exterior design.
Right.
Can you tell us more about exterior design? What kind of things do people like?
Well, a lot of people, like down here in Florida, people like, nice front porch, having, nice gable roof pitches in the front, columns, the use of stone, and now we're using a lot of hardy siding, big, nice picture windows, so that they have the use of color, and then how the exterior flows into what they feel like. So you can go from a Mediterranean style house or a Georgian or ranch style. So people want that look when you're driving by, you go, oh man, that's the house that I like.
Right.
Because that's the first thing you're going to see when you drive by the house is what the exterior looks like.
Right. Question for you there on something that you brought up, the hardy board. You say a lot of people use the hardy board. What makes that so popular now? Because of the weather resistance. It's waterproof.
It's still difficult to install, but it's something that lasts. Whereas, for years people were using pine and cedar on the outside of the house. It gets weathered. You have to do so much stain and other type of water treatment to it so that, it can hang on and last, but it doesn't because some people don't like gutters. So the eaves of their houses start to rot. So with the hardy siding, you can use it at your eave, your trim, your siding, and it's something that's going to hold up through the test of time.
Does the paint stick to it better?
Yeah, the paint does, because also Hardy has a stain grade, already painted grade siding or trim that you can use, or you can just get the regular siding, put your primer on, paint it whatever color that you want. But the one that is already stain grade or paint grade, that's a little bit more expensive than what you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's on a regular basis for your project.
And as far as the hardy board, does it matter what type of climate you're in? Does it work just as well in a northern climate or?
Well, because I'm, here in Florida, I'm not sure how does it work well in the northern climate, but it works great down here.
Right. So it's great for humidity and rain and stuff like that. It keeps the elements out. Okay. Question. Yeah. And now the next one you said, number 2 was planning of the house, the bedrooms being separate from.
Right.
That's when we lost you. So
yeah. The master bedroom is always, a nice large room with a walk-in closet. Features where you have male, female vanities and tub and large showers. And then on the kids' side, a lot of people like to have Jack and Jill bathrooms where, the daughters can share or the sons can share. But they're on the other side of the house. So you have a separation where you don't have to worry about the kids being close to the parental side, but, you just kind of control the flow of what goes on between, the family group during a day-to-day basis in the design.
Nice. And number 3, what was it? What was the last thing that you say?
Was the open floor plan where you have a nice, beautiful, immaculate kitchen that is exposed, featured to everybody. Where when you have the big get together, you have where you serving from the kitchen area. You're looking out into the large family room with the big 60-inch TV and enjoy the whole camaraderie of food, family, and entertainment together at one time.
Question for you. Do you think the open floor plan will ever become something that people will not want? Because I know
that's a good...
Because it used to be everything was cut off, right? And then all of a sudden this open floor plan's coming, and I don't see people going back to that cut off thing again ever.
I really don't see that unless people are building these mini mansions that are still have the open floor plan. So I think it's gonna be a long time before a floor plan starts getting to where you want a separate living room, separate dining room, a foyer, then the family room. Because what you're doing, you're just adding square footage to your house by having all these multiple different spaces that can all be used as one single space.
Does it save money to have the? Oh, did we lose him? Does it save money to? All I'm seeing is the. Oh, there he is. You're taking calls. Does it save money to have the open floor concept? Is it a concept? I think it's a concept, right? Because you don't have to build the walls. Are you saving money on not having to put as much stuff in?
Not really, because your design is going to be based upon square footage always. So it's in the design, how big of a house are you going to build? Are you building an 1,800 square foot or a 2,000 square foot house? You can still have, because all those walls are interior, they're not that expensive to build. It's just the layout itself and the size of house that you want. I've designed a house that was over 3,000 square feet, and pretty much all the walls were just the walls that were separating the bedroom spaces. And then you just walk out of the hallways from the bedrooms. You just walked into a big, giant open floor plan.
That's interesting. I like that a lot. That's very nice. And that's the biggest house you've ever built was 3,000?
No, I did a house out in Terra Verde that was close to 6,000 square feet. So
son of a.
That's probably about the biggest house that I've designed.
Let me ask you, were they the cheapest people ever?
Oh yeah, they were. They were cutting corners everywhere. And one of the funniest days, there was, speculating the price and upset about the price. And then the owner says, "Hey, we're leaving, but you got to sign for these $5,000 Afghan rugs we're having delivered from the UPS driver." And I was like, y'all nickel and diamond on the roof, and you putting $5,000 rugs. It was like 5 of them at, $5,000 a piece. Just rugs. Just rugs,
and meanwhile they want to skimp on the roof, which will keep the carpets dry. Bunch of idiots.
Exactly.
It's funny that why wouldn't you just go with 5,000 square feet and up the value on everything that you put into the house? So you're saving money that way and able to do better stuff. I would think that would be the way to go. Because at some point, and correct me if I'm wrong, 5,000 and 6,000, there's no difference.
No, it's not. There's not, because you got material and labor, and then and sorry for the contractors. Not only you have material and labor, but you have workman's comp insurance, you have builder's risk insurance, you have general liability insurance. So his overhead is also eaten up by general condition costs to build, this house. So if you spend $10,000 on cabinets, that's a good idea. But then put extra money in insulation, put extra money in your windows. Don't get cheap on windows because it helps keep the fenestration, the envelope of the house good.
Right.
Buy good doors, but you can be cheap on molding. You can get plastic molding and paint it. You don't have to worry about it. But,
Right.
If you want handcrafted tool molding, well, then if you want to spend that dollar, spend that dollar.
When you design a house for yourself, what is the one thing you want to put in? And I think you may have answered it, the backyard. You want the pool and the backyard and the barbecue and stuff. But is there anything else? Like, to me, one of the things that disappoints me on our house is our front door cannot be. I'd like a huge front door. I'd like the two things on the side, and because of where it's placed, you can't do that. Do you like that? Do you like a big front door?
Oh, I love a big classic front door, big classic oval front door, double door that has wrought iron, has the nice hinges and door handles that, is very impressive. There's a lot of things you can do that really, pops a house out. I like windows as far as the exterior feature, but if I were spending a lot of money on a house, I really want a nice, super high-end kitchen on the inside.
Right.
Because I like to cook.
Right.
And, cooking to me is like my passion outside of drawing all day. So I like to walk into a house where even if I'm just popping popcorn, I'm like, wow, that's a nice Wolf range that I'm popping that popcorn on. Or if I'm doing a fancy dinner, I'm like, oh, wow, I got a great pantry and,
right.
Nice refrigerator. I have enough stuff to accommodate the dinner party.
Is there something in Florida that we don't, because you guys have so many hurricanes and the weather and stuff like that, is there some sort of window that the rest of the country doesn't know about, or some sort of that keeps?
Well, we have impact windows here, which I always found it funny. There's a company called PGT that sells impact windows, and they had a commercial where a guy and his daughter were helping all his family and friends board up their windows with plywood because a hurricane is coming. And then they come back over to his house and they had no plywood or anything. They just had the beautiful windows. And you see the storm coming if to say, well, our house will survive the storm because we have impact windows. So a projectile going 120 miles an hour will not penetrate our windows because we have PGT windows. I just kind of find it funny because if a hurricane's coming, I'm going to board up my house, and if I can get out of town and come back in 5 days and I build and design houses, I'm still leaving town because I don't want to deal with all the other ramifications of a hurricane coming through.
When it's coming, it's not the at the end of the day, it's everything added up that's gonna affect you. Wouldn't you still board up those windows anyways? Just because if something's flying at 120 miles an hour, it's gonna leave a ding. So it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you money no matter what.
I would definitely put plywood in front of my windows. If I know there's a Class 4 hurricane coming, I'm gonna board it up.
I love it. Do you do anything with I've looked at the pavement. It's kind of a green pavement, so it lets the water soak into it. Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Right. It's impervious. It's pervious paint pavers. Because like here we have these oak tree problems. So when you have a 42-inch round oak tree, the area has to be pervious so that the water can seep through. So you don't want to have impervious so that the water can't seep through because the tree still is going to grow and they naturally, soak up water for their growth. So pervious pavers still allows for the trees to grow. So we have a code here in the city of Tampa whereby if you have a 42-inch oak or 36-inch oak, you have to have pervious pavers around it so the tree can still grow. So it still gets moisture, water for its growth.
Do you think we should be doing that more everywhere just to help the environment?
To help because like one of our problems here is that we don't have a good water drainage system in some parts of South Tampa. Our streets flood because of the rain, the summer rains that we have. So we have to, by design, sheet our water off our property to the streets. we can't, when you design a new house, sheet your water to your neighbor's yard because you'll end up flooding them out.
Right.
So if we
My parents have that. My parents have that in our town. The two houses beside them are up above, and then their property's down, and the water all comes into their yard, and they still won't fucking sell. Well, that's awesome. What is something that out there for a house that people have been starting to put in that makes you excited? Like,
what is something? Really nothing yet. I hate to say that. There's nothing.
You're bitter. You're bitter, Jim.
Yeah, right. Because I just get inundated with product all the time because everybody goes on the internet and it's constantly, did you see this? Did you see that?
Right.
You know, and like, you know, that's just kind of like looking at cars right now.
Right.
There's no car out there on the street that really want, you know, if I had $1 million, yeah, I want a Ferrari, but I don't have $1 million, so everything else is everything else.
Yeah, it is. Last question before I go. I asked at the beginning. I said to anybody, I'm doing some insulation in the attic upstairs. And is there a specific type of insulation? I'm going with the pink fiberglass. So is there a number that I should be looking for, or anything specific that's? And I'm trying not to cut corners. I'm trying to help the situation out.
All right. So I would think in your climate condition, you're probably looking at an R38.
R38.
You know, orange corn. Yeah, R38. It's a nice padded insulation. I'm sure you had people talk to you about isoline, the foam insulation that you put in, but there's a couple of things that you always have to be careful with the foam insulation. If they foam your entire attic, I just pray that you never have to have a roof leak, because what the foam does, it goes up the rafters, between the rafters, and then it goes on the ceiling. But when the roofer has to come and change the roof out and you have a damaged sheeting on your roof, then when they pull that off, they pull in the foam out. Then you have to go back in and refoam. So that's why R38 is very good. But when you're doing the attic, when you're redoing the foam in your attic, please check your AC system. Because here in the state of Florida, we're going, you know, one of the processes, if you're upgrading your house, you need to start the process. Start with your windows. Get better windows that have argon gas, double pane. Then go to your AC system. Get a higher SEER AC system. Then foam in or replace your insulation in your house. So then now you have a more controlled envelope that does not have air escaping from the house, but it's making a tight envelope so that you have a nice cool condition or a nice warm condition in the wintertime.
Nice. You heard that, everybody? You hear that? Did you listen to Jim? Did he tell you? Take care of those situations. Get yourself some double paned argon windows, put them in there,
yes.
and then make that in. I lied to you. I have one more question. Do you guys do by chance? Do you do so if we're doing a laundry room cabinetry? Do you guys do that?
Yes.
Okay.
We do.
I'm going to contact you later, and I'm going to say, hey, Jim, what kind of deal? How far do you ship? Do you ship to Virginia?
Yeah, I ship to Virginia. We ship all over the United States.
All over the United States. Jim Montjoy. And I said, I said to him the other day, what's your guys' website? And he said, we don't have a website. We got to get one. I said, you fucking get a website, Jim. God damn it. You get a website. Thank you for talking with us. And I would love to talk to you again. You're full of knowledge. And he's down in Tampa. If you're in Tampa and you need some design, you need some cabinets, go contact Jim Montjoy, Montjoy Designs in Tampa, Florida. He's an old friend of mine, and we love barbecue together. And he's going to have a fancy kitchen one day, and I'm going to go over and have some barbecue. So get that house done, Jim, so I can come see you.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Have a good day.
You too.
Renee, did you learn anything?
I learned a lot.
You're over there looking. You're like, oh, I don't know what. I don't want to board anything up. If there's wind coming, I'm not going to leave my house. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be stronger than a hurricane. I don't give a shit. Blah, blah, blah. Jim's got a lot. Do we have any questions from the internet before we go?
No direct questions, just comments.
Okay, comments are good.
Let's see here.
He's gonna give us some comments. We got comments from the internet.
Sarah Newberger says she likes him.
She likes him. She's giving him a thumbs up. Jim's got a thumbs up from Sarah Newberger.
Jimmy Munster says love barbecue.
That's hysterical. We're busy talking about the house. I love barbecue.
Sarah Newberger said, wouldn't mind cutting my mom off more, so more walls.
More walls. She'd like to cut her mom off. Well, I think what your mom would like to do is maybe have you move out of the house, Sarah. Did you ever think about that? Maybe if you had your own place, you wouldn't have to cut your mom off. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Ellie Higgins Brisano said, sometimes I don't want people seeing my mess of a kitchen with an open floor plan.
I don't know. I really, honestly, Ellie, and I'll go to talk to everybody about this before we go. I think the open floor plan is just the best. I really do. I don't. What do you think, Renee? I think I don't care about the mess. You clean up the mess.
There's something about having a kitchen attached to your living room or anywhere where electronics will be, because grease flies. Grease has a tendency of going places.
Yeah, but you make it sound like the house is this size.
But it's still.
No,
I'm
I'm
think
against
the kitchen needs to be separate.
I think if you put the cooking area against the wall, if it's back not facing the open area, if against the wall, you're going to be fine. So, is he still on? We still got Jimmy on.
He's on mute.
He's on mute. We're both like, holy crap, is he still on? I think you go with the open floor plan. You put the back wall is where the cooking area is, your microwaves and stuff, and all that. So your splash is not happening. I don't think that you should be worried about a little bit of a splash from cooking bacon. I think your electronics are over there. And also, I'm going to come back to that. Almost every fridge has some sort of electronic on it now as well. So if you're really worried about it, it's not. Yeah.
But if you notice, any kitchen you go to, you could walk to the furthest end of the kitchen and look on top of something in the cabinet, there'll be grease.
That's because they're not good homekeepers. They're
Anywhere,
filthy.
anywhere.
No.
So
look, we have this lady named Maria that comes in every 2 weeks, and it's so fucking clean when she leaves us.
But if it's flying to the furthest part of the kitchen, that means
How big's this piece of bacon you're making?
In an open floor setting, that grease will fly to your living room and land on your stuff.
Anybody have an open floor house? Can you correct or confirm Renee's comments?
Ellie says I'm going with Renee.
Well, Ellie, you're fucking now can watch Renee builds a house on his own. Fucking, you're out, Ellie. I don't know. I think open floor, and I think you got to have a whole one side's got to be like a accordion window, and you can go onto the deck. That's what you got to do. I like the way I'm just out here spending money like a motherfucker. I will be doing the upstairs attic. I will be doing the insulation by myself. I will be taking some photos. I will be taking some video of it. So get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen. That's happening in 2 weeks. Next week, I don't know who we have for a guest, but next week we'll be doing a show. The following week we'll be doing a show, and the week after that it'll be a recorded show while I'm in Virginia. So check that out. Come see me this week. I will be at Lake Chelan, Washington. Lake Chelan, home of the Lake Chelan Monsters. Come see me, and it's a lot of fun. Also, there'll be girls on bikinis. Bikini girls. There'll be girls wearing bikinis on boats. That's what that town's all about. It's like the Okanagan. It's Titty Fest 2019. My God. Also, we want to say that I will be in next week. I will be at Ontario Improv, Ontario, California, not to be confused with Ontario, Canada. Also, want to say hi to my friend Sue, who's having surgery and also lost her father today. And she will. We're big fans of Sue. We just want to let her know that here at the In Bagg Bought a House show, we're big fans of Sue, and thank you for everything. To everybody else, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check me out on what's that show I'm going on? Adam Carolla. Some Adam Carolla show next week. Send your comments, questions. If you want to tell me how to do stuff, I'd love that too. If you have information, share it with me. If you want to be on the show, I'd love it. I am actually looking just for a house owner to be on the show. I'm looking for a new house owner. I'm looking for a house owner that has had the house for many, many years. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I'm looking for a plumber. I'm looking for a floorer. I'm looking for a guy that does roofs. I'm looking for everything. So, okay, if you have somebody that wants to be on the show and just talk to me, and I talked to my friend Randy Friesen yesterday, who's a great contractor, takes care of my parents' house and does a lot of houses in Terrace, British Columbia. Randy Friesen, you can get a hold of him at randyfriesen.com. I don't know if he's got a .com. I said, will you be on the show? And he said, nope. And I said, why not? He goes, because that scares the fuck out of me. And I know some people will be scared and some people will be fine with it. But I'd love it. If you want to be on the show, please contact us. Everybody here at the Ian Bagg Bought a House show thinks you'll be great. Hey, everybody. Take care. Goodbye. Ian Bagg loves you.